the final score had been 55-50, and we didn't do enough to make it a true rock fight.
How is Bobby doing?
Well, he'll be out for a while. I don't know how long. He's got a hamstring strain, so those you can't really mess with, I don't think. So whether he'll be back in a week or 2 weeks or whatever, I have no idea. But certainly he won't be available to us, I don't think, in the immediate future.
And then, Bill, how does this Rick Barnes team there, or team coached by Rick, compare to other teams that you've gone up against with him in the past?
Well, they're different, because of the way they're, to me, the team that we played a couple of years ago that beat us, when they were playing well, they were as good as anybody in the country. And they're just so much more physical than what we are. We don't have the bodies to throw at them in a way that they can kind of throw at us. But I like his team. I think, if they shoot the ball consistently behind the arc, they're going to be a hard team to deal with because they can rebound and they can certainly defend.
Joe, how would you evaluate how you did tonight, stepping in big minutes?
I feel like I could do a lot better. Of course, on the defensive end, getting my teammates involved. Of course, I had 0 assists. I feel like I could do a lot better stepping into Juan's shoes and playing the point guard position.
But in all honesty, Joe did well. We haven't been playing Joe on the ball at all because Bobby's been on the ball. So it was kind of a makeshift deal. But I thought Joe did well.
Jalen, I was going to ask you about just kind of the difficulty of going up against, Coach said older, more mature, he had length. They were tough around the glass. I mean, it's a difficult team to go against, specifically their defense and rebounding. Kind of what was that like out there and the challenges that presented?
It's difficult when they do have length and stuff like that, but honestly, we would have, gave it a better chance and getting those bigger guys moving a little bit more instead of kind of settling on myself. I ran into traffic a lot and threw up some stuff. So I feel like if we were able to, get them out of place and, not just have them standing there, just waiting to contest a layup, that could have given us some better chances at finishing at the rim. When you give them the opportunity to just, go head on head and they're more athletic and taller, it's going to be difficult to make some shots. So this next time playing a team like that, going to have to get the ball moving more, get them moving out of place.
Coach, anything for the players before I let them go? Coach, do you want to use in for the players? No, it's for the players. What? We have time waiting for coach, but not the player. Okay. You got any more for the players, guys? You good? All right. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Bill, you talked about down here, you did talk about them being the size, maturity, specifically with the rebounding. What was the most difficult thing about trying to keep them off the glass?
Well, actually, they're averaging 13 offensive rebounds a game. So they got 15 today. I think the biggest thing is that, you don't have a lot of margin for error when you're playing 4 guards and a 6'6" 5-man. So you got to hit and you got to go get and you got to scrap. You got to be tougher. And whenever there's several of their offensive rebounds was when help was forced, and then it became rotation rebounding, and they were much more active on some things like that. I actually thought our first shot defense was pretty good, and I don't know what they shot first shot defense, but if you really look at it, if they got 16 points off offensive rebounds, then that means they probably at least 2 of them were 3. So that's probably 7 baskets that they made that they probably shot better than 50%. And the rest of the time, they probably shot in the high 20s or low 30s. So we got to do a better job of cleaning up and doing that. And, Jalen has been such a good defensive rebounder for us. And I really think that through scouting report, they did a great job of making sure Jalen couldn't get to the last period, whether he's on offense or defense. And that was a big key in their success and ours lack thereof.
So
you've obviously had some success playing small. This is a type of team that you might not even see again. I mean, the physical length of a team like this really does affect the way you play.
Yeah, I don't want to play small. I want one of those young freshmen to come through so we don't have to play small. And hopefully they will. I actually thought Ernest did well. You know, it's just, you know, we just were playing a lot of times 4 against 5. You know, and KJ, I mean, bless his heart. I mean, he had like 4 layups and couldn't even make them, you know, so he's just trying too hard. But yeah, that whenever you can't match up very well, it needs to become a technical game offensively, and we never got to that point. We don't execute well enough to be a technical game yet, but we will. It's just going to take some time.
Yeah, Bill, you talked a little bit about Tennessee and just the things they do well. What is it defensively that they do that makes it so difficult for teams to score?
Well, you know, they have good rim protection. You know, we struggled with this so far this year, and that is scoring inside the paint or close shots over length. And that was obviously the case today. Their length definitely affected our shot. I don't know what we shoot for the field, 30% or whatever for the game, but we probably shot, you know, close to that. Also, what would be considered by many to be decent shots that were in pretty tight. So I think that's a factor. I also think they do a good job with their length of being in strong help defensively and still get to shooters. And then lastly, what I think that they do so good defensively is they blow up every screen with their physical presence and size. So even if you set a down screen and you're going to try to curl it, they do a good job riding guys off screen, so the screen never really materializes. So they're good at that, really good. I wish we were.
You've talked about Grady at different points over the course of this trip. Just overarchingly now, how do you evaluate how Grady did here against some pretty good competition?
Well, first of all, the competition here, I mean, NC State's a tournament team, Wisconsin's a tournament team, and Tennessee potentially, I think they're preseason hoops, you know better than me, top 10 or 12. I mean, they're definitely a team that's capable, and they don't even have their best player playing right now. So they're definitely a team that is capable of being a Final Four type team if things fell right. So, yeah, it was good. I think a lot of things happened. One, we were individuals instead of a team. Everybody, so not just one person, everybody. 2, bodies wore down. I mean, you know, it's nice to be physically conditioned, and I think we are, but also strength plays into that some. And I think guys got tired, and I think Grady is one of them too. And you know, we're not going to play 3 games in 3 days again this year unless we're fortunate enough to make the finals of the Big 12 tournament. So I think in the past we've been a Tennessee type team that like that. I think this team probably would have been nice if there was a day in between, to be honest with you. You know. Okay. Yeah, you had.
You were behind me as I was heading towards the casino, and you were stopped by some fans, and you took the time to do photos and autographs, and I thought that was really nice of you, and I appreciate that you understand who your fans are.
Oh yeah, we got great fans. We travel pretty well, and if I thought it would help us win tonight by not being nice, I would have done that though. So, but, okay, all right, thanks.
Okay, thanks.